morning, everyone, and welcome once again to Wacky Wednesday. They say that with the birth of a baby, a mother is born. Yes, lactation or breastfeeding is the most spiritual, the most nurturing, and yet the most overwhelming period for a woman. It is spiritual because when a mother nurses her baby on her breast, a special bond gets created between her and her newborn. In ancient Rajasthan, there was Pannadai, the nursemaid, who breastfed Uday Singh too and her own baby. And when the time of trial came, she sacrificed her own son to protect the future king of Mewar. Now, can you understand the depth of the bond that gets created through this simple act? But all of you out there who have not been able to breastfeed your babies for whatever reason, please do not be hard on yourself. There will be many more opportunities that you will have to bond with your little one. But then again, think, isn't it only the human mother who says, "Oh my God, my milk is not enough for the baby. He keeps on crying all the time." It's a myth that whenever the baby is crying, it's hungry. It's a myth that if he is crying more, it's because your milk is not enough. If you want to know why your baby cries, do follow us on Nature Nurture Singapore, our Facebook page. We have created enough and more videos along the same lines. Now let us pause and think. Have you ever heard a cow, a buffalo, an elephant, a whale, a giraffe ever say that my milk is not enough for my babies? The poor cow feeds its own babies and the remaining milk is stolen from her by the greedy humans. And then think again. A mother's milk is a special mammalian secretion produced by every species for its own offspring. So a cow's milk content is going to be different than a human milk content. A cow's baby calf comes out of the mother's womb and jumps here and there. A human baby takes 10 months to even start walking. Wouldn't their ingredients be different? Then is it surprising that we have mothers complaining, "Oh my God, it's a terrible truth. My child is so adamant like a bull." Whose fault it is? Which milk did we give him? Then is it surprising? On that point, think again. Breastfeeding happens more here. It is your conviction on the goodness of your milk for your own baby. It is also how often your baby suckles at your breast. It is a demand and supply process. The more the demand, the more the supply. Your body is fine tuned to your baby. Your baby and you are literally like two tuning forks. If you're going to be overwhelmed, if you're going to be all over the place, of course your breastfeeding is not going to be natural. It's not going to be initiated. On that point, let me remind you, whatever you eat goes through you to your baby. So if your baby has given you a sleepless night, think again. Did you have coffee? Well, then the caffeine went into the baby and the baby is going to behave like an owl. Mm-mm. It's all what you do that reflects on your baby. Also, the rudimentary taste buds are developing. So if you want to have a less fussy eater, you be a less fussy mother. As simple as that. On that point, let me tell you, the cholesterol, which is secreted by the human mother, or for that matter, any mother, for the first 24 hours, is teeming with antibodies which are good to kickstart the immune system of the newborn. But this cholesterol takes a while to get initiated, for which you have to put your baby to the breast at least 8 to 10 times in the first 24 hours. So do gear yourself up for lactation. And all people around you, please, if you have a lactating mother in your midst, give her your support at home as well as workplace. True, the woman has started going to work today and therefore she needs to express her milk. She needs to freeze it up. Do consult your lactation consultant to find out more about how best to store your milk. Breastfeeding is also a gift you give yourself. It is one of the things that protects against the rampages of breast cancer in future years. On that point, let me tell you another thing. It is a period of transition. Through pregnancy, the woman has now come back to She's trying her level best physiologically, emotionally, as well as anatomically. It is a transition period for the newborn who was inside this beautiful, cozy place for 9 months and is now learning new things every day. It is an overwhelming time. She needs your support because then arrives the baby blues or the postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is a reality. Yes, it is not just because of the overwhelming circumstances, it is also because of the up and down of the hormone. So, dear friends, give your lactating friends and mothers a lot of support. They need it. Otherwise, one postpartum depression moves into another and to another. We brush it aside saying that she is just touchy and overwhelmed because she has given birth. No, she could be suffering. She might need help from a good health consultant, from a good health coach, from a good person who understands what she's going through. On that point, how can you take care of yourself to keep the baby blues away? Well, omega 3 through walnuts, flaxseed, soybean, sprouted beans, mung beans, green beans, red beans, fresh, juicy fruits, citrus fruits, melons, and long walks in the early morning sun. But don't forget to take your baby with you because your baby too needs the fresh sunlight to keep the neonatal jaundice away. Now, do you understand? Lactation is beautiful if you handle it beautifully. On that point, thank you and have fun breastfeeding.